All right, so buckle up, everybody, because today we're diving headfirst into a story that takes us straight to Florida.
Sunny Florida.
That's right, sunny Florida, where a seemingly simple traffic stop turns into a real head-scratcher.
Boy, that didn't work out too well. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No! I don't care! The answer's no!
Florida. Hi to David, Nora.
Okay. Can you give me your driver's license? Let me. Yes, it is. What? Do you not see this blue truck? Do you not see that blue truck? Put your car in park and give me your driver's license. Put your car in park and give me your driver's license.
Waiting at the freaking bus stop.
I don't care. We got blue lights and people's safety for a reason.
I live right
Put your
there.
car in park.
Oh my God.
You know a story about clashing priorities and what happens when we let our emotions get the better of us?
Yeah, decisions made in the heat of the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Picture this, a closed highway, flashing lights, and a mom on a mission to pick up her daughter. Sounds pretty ordinary, right?
You've got the scene set.
I do, but trust me, this is anything but your average traffic jam.
That's what we're here to uncover, right?
Okay. Stop her.
Yo, stop!
Britt, go. Put her in jail. I'll be there.
What's lurking beneath the surface of this everyday event?
Exactly. And that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating. We've got our source material laying out the details, and it all starts on this sunny Florida highway. Traffic's completely backed up, not moving an inch.
Stand still.
Totally. And we know from the report that this standstill lasted for over 90 minutes.
That's a long time.
It is, which tells us this wasn't just a fender bender. Something serious must have happened to cause that kind of delay.
Right, and this is where it gets interesting because it forces us to think about the role of law enforcement in these situations.
Can you 10-9 or 10-20? You had a lot of background.
Moonsail Drive, Barrow Coast Trail. Get in the car. Sit down.
My daughter
Sit
was right
down.
here waiting for me.
Sit down.
Oh my God.
Give me your driver's license, registration,
I'm
and
not
proof of
gonna
insurance.
go to jail because they blocked it off, and I was trying to get to Giselle, and I got here. She's not freaking
It's
here.
related to that.
Look, my daughter's
Okay,
right
sit
there.
down.
My daughter's right there.
I don't care.
I was
Sit
trying to get
down.
to my daughter.
Road closures, they're not just arbitrary inconveniences, you know?
No. I mean, I think we've all been stuck in traffic and felt that frustration building, but
But there's a reason behind those flashing lights and barricades. Think about it. It's all about safety, ensuring that first responders can do their jobs, effectively clearing the road of debris, making sure it's safe for everyone to get moving again.
it's like hitting the pause button to regain control of a potentially chaotic situation.
A giant reset button.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, it's blocked off.
Sit down and give me your driver's license. Now.
I don't have it with me. It's at the house.
Don't get involved. Don't get involved.
That's right.
I get it, but don't get involved.
Well, then you don't need to yell at me. I'm not being.
Don't get involved.
Get off the
I
phone.
was trying to. This is my husband.
I don't care.
I was trying
You
to
are
get to my
stopped for a
daughter.
lawful reason.
How was it? It wasn't even blocked off. People were coming out of the
North
street.
32. Can you advise?
But in this case, we have our protagonist, a Florida mom, who's got a tight schedule. She needs to pick up her daughter, and this road closure is throwing a major wrench into her plans.
I think we can all relate to that feeling of urgency when you're on a deadline.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That internal clock starts ticking, and suddenly every minute feels crucial.
But here's where the story takes a turn, and we start to see how individual needs can clash with the needs of the many. This mom, instead of accepting the delay, she decides to take matters into her own hands.
You guys were blocking all the way to 75.
Yeah,
I'm
why
trying
do you
to get
think
to
we're
my
doing that?
daughter. It was nothing blocking
It was a traffic
this way.
crash. Okay?
It was
You
nothing
disobeyed.
blocking this
Okay,
way.
I'm not arguing with you.
Eduardo Garcia.
You don't have a driver's license?
I have a driver's license. It's at home. That's what
What's
I'm
your
trying
name?
to say.
What's your name?
I'm not saying that.
Okay. It comes back to a male,
need my,
Eduardo something.
if you want my
She's
driver's
refusing.
license,
Okay.
Do you want it or do you
Jail.
want me to take it?
So you can take it.
All right. Come on.
Your kids are in the car, are they?
Turn around. This is not the way you should have handled this.
I don't need to be arrested, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my driver's license. I was trying to get my daughter. My daughter's right
Come on.
there. My daughter's right there.
Do you have anything in your pockets?
Yes.
What do you
I
have?
don't know.
Okay, now we're getting into the juicy part.
Right, so she encounters a police officer who's directing traffic around the roadblock.
Doing his job.
Exactly, just doing his job. And instead of stopping like everyone else, she just drives right past him.
Whoa, that's a bold move.
It is, and it's definitely pushing the boundaries of what you'd call a minor traffic infraction.
Yeah, she's actively defying a direct order from law enforcement.
And it escalates from there. The officer tries to get her to pull over, asks for her license and registration, but she refuses to comply.
No way.
Yeah, her only explanation is, I need to pick up my daughter.
It's almost like she's got tunnel vision, completely focused on that one goal and not seeing the potential consequences.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How a seemingly relatable motivation picking up your kid can lead to actions with serious repercussions.
So, again, why is she being
Okay.
arrested?
Let me walk you through this.
Please,
Okay?
yeah.
There's a massive traffic crash up there, right? We've had to direct traffic for over an hour, hour and a half. We shut the road down legally to get the tow trucks in so we could get the cars off the road in order to open the flow of traffic back up. Do you understand that part? Okay. She decided she didn't want to wait. So we pulled off the road and we opened the entire lanes back up. She went in the opposite lane of traffic, and when I stopped her, she decided she didn't want to wait, right? And I don't know what I'm talking about. So she drives off, almost runs over my foot, doesn't stop for him, and then speeds all the way up Carter Road. And then when he stops her here, she refuses to get her information. She refuses to say anything other than the fact I had to go get my daughter. And when we legally stop you for a traffic violation, and you my keys.
All right. And
Travis, 50 minutes.
Okay, so per Florida statute, when we stop you, you have to give us certain documents, and she's refusing. So, unfortunately for her, that's violation, and that's a jailable offense. I don't know. So she probably should have listened to us a mile up the street, and this wouldn't be happening. But she couldn't wait the 5 seconds it was going to take us to open up the road to come down here, and she came that far from hitting him. So now it's aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, which is a felony. So you can go. Do you know who owns this car? Okay, can you call them and have them come pick it up? Yeah, it's her sister.
is this Jessica?
No, we're not giving her a ticket.
And that's what we're going to unpack in this deep dive.
We are. This is where things get really interesting because it forces us to ask some tough questions. At what point does individual urgency override our responsibility to obey the law?
And respect the authority of those tasked with keeping us safe.
Exactly. Those are questions we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive. But for now, let's just sit with this image. A road closure, a frustrated driver, and a police officer simply doing his job. What starts as a minor inconvenience quickly spirals into something much more serious. And it all comes down to the choices we make in those split-second moments.
Choices that can have lasting consequences.
Absolutely. We untangle this web of clashing priorities and the unexpected ripple effects of our actions.
It reminds me of that experiment, you know, the one with the invisible gorilla?
Wait a minute, the invisible gorilla? What's that?
Oh, it's a classic psychology experiment. They show people a video where they have to count how many times a basketball is passed between players.
Okay, sounds simple enough.
It is, but here's the catch. While they're focused on counting, a person in a gorilla suit walks right through the middle of the scene.
No way! They missed the gorilla.
Many people do completely miss it because they're so laser focused on the task at hand. They literally become blind to something unexpected.
Wow, that's incredible. So you're saying this Florida mom, she was so fixated on getting to her daughter that she basically tuned out everything else.
That's the idea. It's called selective attention. When we're under stress, especially time pressure, our brains prioritize certain information and filter out the rest.
So it's not necessarily that she was intentionally disobeying the officer. It's more like her brain was on autopilot, just focused on that one objective.
Exactly. Her cognitive resources were limited. She was reacting impulsively rather than thinking things through.
Makes sense. You get tunnel vision.
Precisely. And that tunnel vision can lead to what we call cognitive rigidity. You become fixated on a single course of action even when it's clearly not working. You can't see alternative solutions.
Yeah, so in the mom's case, her plan was to get to her daughter, and not even a police officer was going to stop her.
And unfortunately, that rigidity only escalated the situation. Instead of explaining herself to the officer, maybe asking for an alternate route, she chose to dig in her heels, refused to provide any identification.
Which is, I'm guessing, a big no-no when it comes to interacting with law enforcement.
It is. And it highlights a crucial point about these laws surrounding traffic stops and road closures. They're there for a reason, to maintain order and keep everyone safe.
Right. It's like a domino effect. One act of defiance can trigger a chain reaction, leading to more serious legal consequences.
And potentially endangering lives, which brings us back to that delicate balance we were discussing earlier, individual needs versus collective safety.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in our own frustrations, but we have to remember that those delays often serve a vital purpose.
They do, and it's about taking a step back, seeing the bigger picture, and considering the potential consequences of our actions.
Because sometimes the most responsible choice is to simply be patient. Trust that there's a reason for the delay, and things will eventually get sorted out.
It's a powerful reminder that patience, even when it's inconvenient, can be a valuable tool in navigating those unexpected twists and turns that life throws our way.
Patience and a little bit of perspective. That's what can help us avoid those heat-of-the-moment decisions that can have lasting consequences.
Absolutely.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in like the drama of it all, the roadblock, the defiance. I think there's something deeper here, something we all can relate to.
Oh, for sure. This isn't just about one Florida mom's bad choices. It's about a struggle we all face.
Right. It's like that classic conflict between what we want as individuals and the rules we have to follow as a society.
Exactly. We all have those moments where we think our needs should come first, where we're tempted to bend the rules a little.
Or break them. But then there's that saying, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Right. But when you're the one in a rush, it's hard to see beyond your own situation.
It really is.
Yeah.
That's where empathy comes in.
Totally. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes, like in this case, the police officer, he wasn't trying to ruin this mom's day.
No, he was just doing his job, trying to keep everyone safe.
Exactly. And it reminds us that there are reasons behind the rules, even if we don't always see them.
Right. It's about understanding that those rules are there to prevent chaos. Like, imagine if everyone just ignored road closures whenever they felt like it.
Oh, man, it would be a disaster.
Total mayhem. So, yeah, we get why this mom was frustrated.
Oh, we do.
But we also had to acknowledge the bigger picture, the potential consequences.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that we're all connected. Our actions have ripple effects.
And sometimes the best thing we can do is just be patient.
Trust the system.
Think about the well-being of everyone involved.
Well said. It's a powerful message. This idea that a little patience and understanding can go a long way.
Not just on the highway, but in life in general. Because you never know what someone else is going through.
So true. So next time you find yourself getting impatient, take a breath.
Remember the Florida mom? Well, on that note,
Yeah.
I think we've done a pretty good job dissecting this story.
I think so.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground, from individual behavior to the rule of law and the power of patience.
We have, and hopefully our listeners found it as thought-provoking as we did.
I hope so.
So until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and remember,
Sometimes the scenic road is worth the extra time.
perfectly put. See you all next time.